3, 2, 1. Alright, hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Animacast. It's been a hot minute, but I'm here with Dapstart, Magnus, and Pieman. Say hi.
Hello.
Hello there.
Hello. That's not going to get confusing at all.
We should say our names, I think.
Oh, man.
Yes, I think you should.
Oh. I'm Dapstart. I've been on Hyun Soju for a while. I don't do that much, but you know.
I mean, Hatena, do you introduce yourself on this stuff, or?
No.
Okay.
I was thinking we were gonna introduce. Can I pass this?
Okay, fine. Hi, I'm Hatena360. I am the host. I've been in pretty much every episode except for 2.
I'm Magnus Artifex. I currently am a 3D freelance animator for Daitomodachi Studios, because we sound professional now. And I worked on Gohanverse episode 6 and a couple of collabs all over the world, case stuff, things. Yay.
You're the stuntman guy.
Oh yeah, I'm the stuntman guy. I'm the. How do we link this like a voice? You go check the stuntman collab. I did the Gohan with like Super Saiyan 2 white hair thing. Go find me.
And Pieman?
Yeah.
Hello, I am Pieman. You might recognize me from such animations as...
What is it?
Or...
Hello.
Thank you. Still amazes me after so much time how little I've done in animation and how much I've been able to get onto these sorts of things. It's incredible.
This is hilarious.
Alright, so we have a few things we want to talk about in this podcast. Animator versus Animation Shorts 4 just came out, and we just watched it before recording this because Dapstart hadn't seen it.
Hey.
I don't know, Magnus, have you seen it?
To be honest, I didn't. I just since we kind of jumped the gun here.
Look, man.
Was like,
Yeah, because Nightbite was supposed to get on here, but he's not online, so we just dragged Magnus on.
yeah, I just stole his place.
The amount of lore scares me now.
The lore in the animator versus animation.
Yeah, it's like
I saw
I partially
the
watched,
Twitter video he posted. I saw the Twitter video he posted.
Dude, I swear, I feel like I just watched an anime finale. You know?
It really feels like it. I don't know if you've seen any of the other shorts.
Yeah, I've seen all of
But
them.
they get intense.
Yeah, they get intense.
I don't know if I'd be that scared of the lore, though.
Dude,
You don't
I
know
remember-
how many things scare me. Okay, I'm a scared little man.
He is a wuss. He's a pussy.
I did not know that about you, so I apologize immensely.
There you go.
yeah, no, I
It doesn't-
remember.
Isn't that right,
What doesn't
Dapstart?
scare me makes me angry, and what makes me angry, I have nothing I can do about. So you know.
Alright.
All right,
So you're either scared or angry.
Anyway.
it's scary. No, yeah,
And your
I'm
true emotions
surprised
in
this
this
dude
world.
did such a high quality thing. Like he improved so much, from one to another short. It's
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah, I don't think he did any animating in this one. But I think for a while that's been the case.
Wait,
'Cause
really?
when you start building up a large team like he has, sorry Magnus, I'm getting echo on yours.
No, don't worry. I'll just check the credits. Versus animation.
No,
4.
whatever.
There we go. I haven't watched it. I'm watching the credits.
Bruh.
Bruh.
No, but I don't think for a while Alan hasn't been an animator in any of his videos. He's more directed it.
Yeah.
Because when you get a team of animators, you don't have as much time to animate it, but you have plenty of people to animate for you and do sound work for you, and camera work, and yada yada.
That's actually one of the reasons I don't watch like his recenter stuff. It's because I feel like Alan Brecker. It's no longer you're watching
he didn't
a
animate
dude
any
made
of it.
animation. It's like he's a brand.
That's a lot of people who. Oh no, those are his patrons. Never mind.
It's almost like a brand, but it's like he's clearly not a studio.
No.
He's one person. He's very public with himself as a person, especially on his gaming channel.
Mm.
But I don't know. I think it's cool.
Hmm.
And since there's a lot of people on the dojo, he normally goes to the dojo to look for animators to animate it for him, because the dojo is pretty filled with stick figure animators.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, here we go.
Speaking of dojo, are we going to get into the drama?
If you want to.
I mean,
We're going to get into Chad Cooper anyway, so we're entering that territory already.
oof.
Well, I'm going to start with the band, because, I mean, I asked you about this before the show, and I found out that most people know as little as I do, but Bartholomeo's been banned. So, for those who don't know, he was a pretty big figure on the dojo. He had that RHG character, the duelist, with the really long hair. And he is now permanently banned from the community.
What happened?
Well, if we mosey on over to the ban log, it says, if I scroll down for a few years, how long ago was this?
I don't know. Why are we talking about this right now?
It couldn't have been too long
I
ago.
think I just missed his name. It was for making, quote, inappropriate advances.
Ouch.
Which I'm, oh god. I used to be a big fan of his, and like, if he sees this, he's gonna be so pissed that I just read this. But yeah.
Ouch.
He used to show up on, like, when I used to stream on Twitch, and he was one of the few people who would, like, consistently show up and just look at what I was doing.
And he's shown up on a handful of my streams, especially since June.
Yeah.
I hadn't really heard about any of this.
Yeah, no. I apparently he's had a history of it, I guess. I don't know exactly. I wish we had Night Vibe or, like, someone a bit more in the know on this, because, yeah, no, this was shocking to me, because I was just, I every now and then I go onto the main site and I just kind of trawl through ban logs, forums, look at people's profiles, see what people are doing, and I noticed he was banned, and yeah, it's shocking to me, but I mean, the reasons they laid out, I wouldn't disagree with.
I mean, there's been a few members in the community who have been pretty controversial with their ban. Like X. X is a pretty good example. But I mean, he didn't talk to minors, or especially sexually, but he did.
I think.
I mean,
Yeah,
to be honest, it's always shocking because, like, this is kind of private life, but once you mess up, once you do that, you know you will be exposed at some point.
Mm.
Like, it doesn't. How do I put it? It's a complicated issue, always.
Yeah.
Sorry, you go.
Okay. I mean, I am much more familiar with the. At least, I fully agreed with the X and the Waters. Definitely the Waters ban. I'd had a history of, like, talking to Zed, and he was not a bully, but he kept me around a lot. But, like, everyone else he hung out with was, let's just say, they went after me, and I kind of miss X, but I don't miss Waters.
That kind of sucks, man.
Dude, Waters, he once sent me, like, he took... I don't know if I can say this. He sent me, like, a hentai comic with my name photoshopped into all of them. It was very weird.
What the fuck?
He would just constantly DM me these things to try to, like, get a reaction out of me. And I don't know why. He, like, harassed me.
That is certainly harassment. Like,
Yeah.
so we
Someone's
move to
stealing a
other
car.
topic.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Am I gonna hear that in editing?
You're gonna have to edit out, like, oh man, I moved recently. You know what? I live in New York. I moved to Queens recently, and you don't realize it, but if you move to Queens, anywhere in Queens, you are somewhere near an airport, and it has been the bane of my existence.
Dude, you know how bad my life is here? So, actually, no, I mean, like, my bad is really good, but I live in Vermont, in Burlington, so it's a pretty small city, and there's a military base just like 20 minutes away from here.
I've been to Burlington.
And you've been to Burlington? So,
yeah.
Basically, every day, a military jet goes by and makes a lot of sound.
Oh.
But at 8:16 p.m. on point, always, there will be a FedEx plane that flies over the city and will be there, like, for 10 minutes sounding. I don't know how it works, but it's like that.
Have you been
So
to
annoying.
Rutland lately?
Hmm?
I go up to Vermont a lot because I like it. But Rutland, I've noticed, has, like, I used to go up there as a kid, and it was very nice. It's fallen in disrepair lately. Like, the buildings are abandoned.
Really?
This last time I was up there. I haven't been there in a couple of years, but yeah.
I don't know. I'm studying currently here, and I can't say much. I've been here for like a year and a half, 2 years. So I'll say I can't say much, but I like it a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot of nature stuff.
I mean, the main difference between Vermont and, like, New York to me is, like, Vermont, if you just go up to someone and say, "Oh, how are you doing?" They'll just talk to you. And in New York, like, you get that look of, like, you're trying to kill me. Like, people look at you like you're some sort of murderer.
I mean, that's the difference between like city and whatever this place is. Yeah, I know, but it's getting cold fast. I don't want the cold.
Hmm.
Gets dark at 5:30.
All right, so going back to the dojo and okay, Apocalypse Day. There's no easy way to transition into that. It's absurd. This incredibly high quality anime styled stick figure animation just came out of nowhere.
That one, yes. Damn, it was so cool.
And it's taken the dojo by storm.
It deserves it. It deserves it.
I just want to know your guys' thoughts and opinions on it. Because, like, personally, I think this might be the start of a new era in the community. Because we always have, like, those big animations that release in the community that attract a bunch of new people to it, or that introduce such a new style that it just builds its own little fan base. And I think we might be seeing another one of those through Apocalypse Day.
Yeah, 100%. Like, it's so... Like, it's different than most of, like, Stickman animations I've seen before. Like, it's just... It's not... It's like the Stickmen are, like, their own characters, but, like, more than just, like, fighters, you know? Like, they have a plot behind and everything. And, like, it's such high quality that, like, it just oozes with their characters.
I think this is a logical evolution.
Yeah, Pie Man, I know you're not too involved with the dojo, but did you watch it? Did you watch it last night or?
I did watch it, yeah. I'll be honest, it was a bit of a hard watch, only because when stuff was getting good, there was just a lot of spam on the screen, and I didn't know how to get rid of it, because I can't read Chinese. But I will tell you, from what I saw, it was pretty good.
Yeah, that's on Billy. They have a barrage thing. You can turn that off.
Yeah, I don't know how. I can't read anything. What are the settings?
I guess I should have showed you how.
That would have been nice. But I will say, I really like the theming. Like, just kind of, my brain works weird. I really like the theming of it, where it starts out, like, all bright and happy and bluegrass and stuff, and then it just red, like, halfway through, and then it sort of, like, ends off on this, I guess, sort of cliffhanger with some more, like, bright, cheery, like, blues and greens. And then, I don't know if you saw the post-credit sequence. There's like a little post-credit scene or whatever. I don't know if you've seen that at all. But it was just a little teaser for
I think I did.
maybe a new one or something. But I will say, the plot was pretty difficult to follow, only because it was like they were trying to fit like an hour's worth of plot into 19 minutes. And so some things seemed like it was a little rushed, but that might just be from my perspective.
I mean, like, that's the thing about sticker and animations, isn't it? Like, you narrow down essential stuff, but like you want, like, it's not to call it simple, but it's like the simplest like form of animation in a way. Not that it lacks like merit or anything, it's just like how it is, you know? Like the So I think it's like the plot of an anime narrowed down into 90 minutes.
I will say that the slow points in the animation definitely helped sort of set up some of the future conflicts. But I think sort of the motivations behind some of the characters was unclear. And so for me, why some people were like in opposition with one another was a little bit weird to me. And that sort of pacing is something that could have been fixed with like a minute of kind of slower stuff going on. But obviously people just want to get to the action sequence. And I thought, for what it's worth, those action sequences were really good. So if that's what you came there for, it was really solid. Story-wise, it could have been a little bit longer and sort of fleshed out the characters. But I thought overall it was a really good thing.
Can we talk about the effects? Like, all the freaking crazy effects they pull off?
They had some crazy explosions.
Yeah, like, if you look at the trailer,
yeah.
just at the trailer, you have so many good effects.
Do you think this is gonna start like another wave of people in the community, though?
Absolutely, I think so.
I think it's like an adrenaline shot. We need this because, I mean, especially I've been on Hyunseo since like, and just on a lot of sites for a lot of time. I joined Hyunseo in like 2014. I feel like we need new blood. We don't have enough. Like, people I remember, like, when they came on are now, like, figureheads of the community and considered really old people in the community. We don't have, like, new people. And, yeah.
Yeah. I think, okay, I did a reaction on stream to Apocalypse Day. Because it was weird, like the day of it releasing, it was already getting like massive attention. Because I was at work, and then I just kept getting messages of people telling me to watch it, and I'm like, okay, maybe it'll be interesting. And then I couldn't go on Twitter without seeing like 50 posts about it. But when I did the reaction on stream, someone who worked on the video dropped by and gave me some little exposition on it. on what exactly Apocalypse Day is. So I thought I might share that here because I know that's not easily accessible information with it being mainly Chinese. But it was, from what I understand, I think it was a part of some competition where a bunch of pilots would be pitched, but one of them would be turned into a fully funded anime. So I don't know the progress on it. I don't know if there's been any updates on it, but I think it has a pretty good chance on getting a fully funded release.
Yeah, and I mean, like, after seeing the wave of Chinese animators that like have recently like coming into the industry, I'm really hyped about what that is going to bring. Has anyone seen or heard about Fog Hill of the Five Elements? No one.
No, doesn't ring a bell.
Yeah, no. It's just like insane. It's basically Chinese animation, and there are some insane people like that work there. Like, it's definitely something you have to look out for if this is going to be turned into a thing.
Well, I'm interested in talking about just the community side of this because, I mean, it's good and it's really cool, and I like it.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
But
how it was just unfolded, and it was real. Just the speed of it too. How fast everyone was freaking out about it.
I just want to see how the impact it has. Less than even it itself. I feel like the important thing about it is just exposure, and it's also kind of cementing an era because we've had that kind of thing going on where initially, stick figures it's a kind of a Newgrounds inspired thing where slowly things got a lot more anime-esque, and that term coined by Sugar Ratio, the glorified stick figure, kind of that became a very commonly used figure, and everything's kind of turned very, not to be as shitlord, but very Sakuga. So I think this is like the ultimate. It is now pretty much an anime. Yeah.
Yeah, it does give that vibe.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Now you see like this because Stickman animations originally were like on just a 2D like plane. Like, it didn't have camera angles and stuff, right? And with the introduction of like camera angles, everything did tend to a more anime-ish style like that.
Yeah, like, you remember Zao? Like, that has like the final like big thing in it is a camera angle change.
Oh yeah, and verse 4 too.
Oh man. Yeah, but I think everything has been moving towards anime. Like, some people, I think the more less anime styled stuff has moved a lot more towards that kind of Bepler look where they've got, the solid colors. It's very artsy looking, but most of the fighting is turned very anime-esque.
I mean, what would you put like less anime-esque?
For example, in that recent Animators animation we just watched, the effects they use, the styles and everything, like the water effects. They're all I forget it's just multiple lines. A lot of people are using blocks for rubble, and just generally the angles, the way stuff is framed, the manner in which the fights are done. Like, a lot of stuff has a lot of obvious DBZ kind of influence with just flying around. It's very anime.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to think of like a less anime-ish stick figures. Like, what would be an example?
An example of that. Let me think. A lot of stuff Endo does, although yes, he made Beard Ninja. That's less anime inspired, and it seems a lot more like an action movie kind of look. You know, like Beard Ninja, like 1 and 2 are they're still cinematic. They still use a lot more angles, but they don't have that. It feels a lot more like an action movie, in my opinion. That or when he made that thing for John's birthday, Ice Cream 3. That I would say is not very anime-esque. It's definitely got its own style. It's not. It doesn't look like it was trying to recreate anime. It looks more like it's trying to recreate like a Tarantino film.
Mm-hmm.
This is just my opinion.
Right.
I feel it's more like a film though, and less like an anime. The way stuff like that is styled. Or even just the really old stuff where it's all in one flat plane, like Drunken Stick. That is very kung fu movie like inspired. It looks like.
Yeah.
I mean, there's overlap, but I'm not going to try to separate everything into two camps of anime and not anime. But it's like there is some stuff that definitely is more inspired by previous Newgrounds works or by movies than anime.
Mm.
Yeah. Sorry. Do we have any other comments on Apocalypse Day?
Hope they get their funding for a full thing.
They should open a Kickstarter, honestly.
Seriously,
Well,
I mean,
they
if it
don't-
doesn't
if
get
they
funded
don't- if they
officially,
don't
it should
win.
get funded by fans.
Yeah.
Right.
I'd buy a fucking t-shirt of that.
Buy a mug, a T-shirt, a
Let's
poster,
get Hugh
house
to
with a
promote
wall
it.
painted with one.
Dude, I'd fucking get a mural painted on my wall.
Apocalypse Day mural. Let's go.
You spun that, it's like somewhere in like it's like a Mexican mural. It's just in some town. Ugh.
Yeah.
Sorry,
So
Hitana, were
Chad
you wanting
Cooper.
to? Oh, you wanted to switch. Okay, sorry. I was
Yeah,
like,
I wanted to switch.
all right.
'Cause
Yeah.
Chad Cooper, he's such an interesting topic.
Yeah.
It's like, have you guys have all heard of him, right?
Mm.
Yes.
Of course, I've heard about him.
I've heard about many people with that name, actually, but yes.
The one who goes around the dojo and starts spamming his idea, and still does it to this day.
Yeah.
But actually,
So, what are your
yeah,
thoughts on him?
I've heard about the Darkness of Resin collab, but I haven't heard about Chad Cooper.
Yeah, well, he's the man who started it all.
He's the man behind the myth.
Mhm. He's a very mysterious man.
What are your thoughts on it, Hitana?
Well, I know a lot more about him in general. I'm more curious about what everyone else thinks.
I've seen this before, and I've known people in real life who have come up to me and be like, "You're an animator, right?" I'm like, "Yes." Like, I have this idea for an anime, and I want you to make it. There are people like that in the world,
Oh,
Yeah.
and I've
God.
seen
I've,
a few.
I've encountered some of them.
Okay,
What-
so,
So you think he's just someone who will come to anyone and just like do this idea for me?
I think he's one of those people, but he's revolutionized his method of "I want this made." He's not just one account. He has many. He's Legion.
wait, he has
He's
like
Legion.
he has alt.
I mean, he reminds me a lot of like, not in term. I mean, he does remind. I remember it was when I was in college. Well, I'm still in college, but in another college, I had someone come up to me and be like, "Hey, you're an animator." And I remember specifically they started detailing this really, really expansive, like I want 3 seasons of, and they're like, "I want it to be an anime based."
Okay, yeah,
I wanted
this
it to be
happens all the
based
time.
on. I'm not kidding. They wanted me to make. First of all, I do not do anime. I can barely do full body. I mostly do like stick figures and Madness style stuff. And they were like, can you make an anime based on, oh god, it was a U.S. president's Theodore Roosevelt's life.
What?
Jesus.
Okay, well, this person might, I don't know, he might
Can
watch
you,
this
though?
podcast.
Has he not
I
watched
don't-
Clone High?
And he gave me he gave me like a business card that was like cut out of like a piece of copy paper.
Uh-oh.
I mean, man's trying to make some moves. He's got the right spirit, but he don't know what he's doing.
This is very Chad Cooper. I like feel like it's just like approach everybody, and if they say no, keep approaching.
Okay, yeah, this happens all the time. So I'm in like Dylan Goose server. You played Among Us with him like yesterday or something.
Sorry, what?
So I'm in Dylan Goose server, Dylan's server, and
Oh, yeah?
and there's a rule. Like we recently implemented a rule where it's banned to ask for animations without any pay, and just because it was getting such like a huge thing. Like there were so many people coming in and asking for free stuff. It was getting annoying.
Yeah. I mean, everyone's got ideas.
Yeah,
and just doesn't know how to execute them.
like does that happen to you guys a lot?
Not really, but then again, I just don't respond to a lot of people because, I don't know, once you start getting a lot of recognition, especially in this community, you get a lot of people who come to you with their ideas because, hey, it's stick figures, they're pretty simple to animate. But then it's just like, if someone says hi to you in DMs, you know that you can kind of just tell that it's not really, they're not there to have a nice conversation. They're there to get something out of you.
Is that why you leave me on red? You bitch.
I don't know, Pieman, what do you think about the whole Chad Cooper situation? I know you know a little bit more, but...
Not more than you. That's why I was trying to ask
know.
your opinion on it, because I know you know the most. Here's what I'll say about Chad Cooper, though. Guy's got gusto, for sure. It does sound a lot like those guys who just sort of ask for animations. Although, if someone's asking you for 3 seasons of an anime, you should just charge them like $5 million and watch them back down.
I entertained the idea, like just to humor him, and I said, "Well, okay, what would be the time frame?" He was like, "Well, how many weeks will it take you?"
How many weeks?
Weeks.
Yeah, my team of one will get it out in
boy.
1
I'm like,
week,
well, how much
but I
money do
need
you
$5
have?
million first.
I asked how much money he had. He's like, "Well, I have 150,
Oh my
and I
god.
can give half of it to you now."
Here's the thing, you could have hypothetically taken on a project with that kind of funding. You just have to split the money with a bunch of other animators to get it done.
I don't want to become him. I want to go up to fucking people I know and be like, "Hey, you're an animator too, right? Well, I want you to
Hey,
work."
you want $1 million?
I
You want $1 million to help me
out
on
of
the
our
project?
$150 pool.
Yeah, no, 150 is not going to cut it, for sure.
Um,
Yes,
But,
industry
yeah, I don't know.
standards.
Chad is definitely, he's a Chad, I'll be honest. I'm surprised that I'd like seeing the collab stuff go on. I'm very surprised.
How many years it's
It was
been
definitely
around?
kind of a shock to me to see like people actually working on it now.
Hey, give me a minute. I'll mute real quick.
Oh, he's gonna be, alright. So, alright, I should explain what I know about the situation. The whole Chad Cooper situation, it's
back.
really strange because I made a video just reading some comments from his channel, from his videos, and I didn't make it to make fun of him, but more so just to bring light to the situation because he was everywhere, but no one was talking about him. And I thought it would just be a generally funny video reading his broken English. But apparently he had been doing that shit for like 2 years. And after once Chad Cooper saw the video, he apparently screamed, "Oh my god, they're making my collab!" Because little did I know, he is autistic.
Okay. Makes sense now.
And because he's autistic, he didn't quite understand how collabs worked or animations worked. So his method was just to spam the idea everywhere, say that people were working on it, even if he didn't have confirmation on it. But his parents and some of his friends reached out to me, and they're all really chill, really cool people. I don't know. It was really weird to just watch that unfold. But now it's like he's actually kind of got it right, because now he's started an actual forum post on the collaboration forums on the dojo for it.
Yeah, makes sense now.
There are characters like this that have been on Dojo though before. I know this is.
Oh yeah, I'm sure, but I haven't seen any to the extent of Chad.
You ever heard of Shane Estwood?
No.
I'm gonna flash my old man card here because it's only the second oldest one I know. Shane Estwood, I believe, it was one of my favorite things because I do not condone bullying, but his account is still not active. It's still there though. They haven't deleted it from the site. If you want to pull it up, it's on Hyun's Dojo. If you scroll down enough, you can see he was. I believe he was in some sort of South Asian country. I don't know which one. I believe he was autistic, and for quite a while he would spam people's pages. And I don't even know how to describe all of his posts, but people would try to calm him down because he got really angry at. This was back when X was a moderator. He was a janitor, and he's.
Oh, I forgot he was.
Yeah, so. The X's account was deleted from the site entirely. He's not just banned, you can't go to his account. And there was it was like a 300, it was the longest, I had checked, it was the longest, like, comment chain on a profile post on the dojo ever. It was like 600, it's some ridiculous number. It was like hundreds of comments between him, X, and people who were watching. Because X was like, hey, look, this is before he was kind of a jerk. He was still he was always like that, but this is before he started like just being that. He was being respectful, and it's hey. So I delete a lot of the spam that you put on your profile and other people's profiles. He would just spam people asking like, "Do you want to be friends?" I don't. I can't. I'm just gonna read one of his posts. Shane, which one is best? ? Me or at Hyun? Everybody, at Hyun. Shane, sad face. Anyway, he would make posts like this, like multiple a day, and I do have to say he has a successful-ish YouTube channel now, and I'm happy he does. I think he's moved on from this, so if you can find him, do not be a jerk or try to provoke him because he's really chill now, in my opinion. But it's a very, very long comment chain with Extreme. This Extreme was like, hey, I removed the spam. Please stop spamming people. And his response, I remember, was Extreme. This is back when X was called Extreme. How dare you? And it went on from there. They were arguing.
Something similar happened to us on one video. Someone started commenting like, please translate to Spanish, please translate to Spanish. I don't know how he did it, but he started like posting that so many times.
Traducir a español, por favor.
The funny thing is, like, I talk Spanish, but I don't have the time to like translate our videos to Spanish. So yeah.
All right, this is his profile. If you scroll down beyond all the RIP messages, you can find. This is back when you could make posts and audio on your profile in Hyun's Dojo.
Wait, that was a thing?
That was a thing. Hyun's
thing.
Dojo also
What
used to. It's back when the community was bigger, so Hyun could afford to host like big files, like audio stuff, and I think I wish someone happy birthday via audio back when my voice was super high, in like 2014.
Well-
So we used to also have an Insight chat before the Discord. Then when the chat became, because it didn't delete anything. All your chat
found
history
it.
was saved on the site, so he unran out of space and deleted it from the site. And then the Discord opens as it was originally supposed to be basically just the Dojo PM system, but like the DMs, but not hosted by the site.
Yeah.
Yeah, just scroll down. I'm not as
Yeah, I don't think
You know,
we're.
I don't want to talk about the details of his profile too much, just because.
Does it look similar?
Well, it does look similar, but this is an audio podcast. So
Yeah, I don't think we should.
Yeah. You should
I don't,
probably cut most
just for
of this.
context reasons for the viewers. I don't know if we want to talk about specifics.
Also, we probably shouldn't be like trash talking people.
You know what? I think we should probably cut most of this just because people are gonna.
No, it's okay. I mean, if you want something to be cut, and like if you don't want people to
Yeah.
hear anything, just let me know and I'll cut it
Okay.
out. But like we don't have to.
Maybe you should probably cut out most of the Shane stuff, but he reminds me of him. I don't have anything against Shane. In fact, I felt kind of bad for him while he was on the site because people were not nice to him, and from what I can tell, people have not been nice to Chad Cooper. I can see that post Cognito made about his brother.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
people
there's obviously
have
always going
been
to be an
ruthless
asshole
to him.
there.
Hmm.
All right. Magnus, did you want to talk about 3D animation?
Okay, so I will stop playing the game I was playing. Anyway, so 3D animation. I know this is usually like a 2D animation podcast, so probably people don't know very well how 3D animation works. So to break it down, you have like a mesh, which is just like the character and stuff. You put a skeleton to it, and you move the bones of the skeleton, kind of like a puppet or kind of like that. That's basically how 3D animation works. And in the last few years, there has been an increase in a lot of 3D animation, 3D animators, and many of them have done some really, really impressive stuff. It's gotten to a point where it's almost mainstream right now. Like, I'm not talking like Disney or Pixar, just like hobbyists. Like, I taught myself to 3D animate. You can see our stuff in like Tomodachi Studio. And like, I even got to participate in some dojo collabs, like the standard collab, because Hatena was kind enough to let me try. So yeah.
I mean, anyone could try, but your part was phenomenal. It worked perfectly in like the hype section.
Dude, after I tried, I did a part for the Doors 5 collab.
Oh yeah, that was the one where you said "fuck you" at the 360.
Yeah,
Because I told you went the wrong way.
yeah. But the thing is, Hyun really like wanted. Sorry, not Hyun. Pluto really wanted to put my part in, but just didn't fit with the music. Like, the transition was too bad, and also that's my fault, and I don't blame him. Dude, Pluto is a beast. How the hell does he compile that stuff?
Yeah, I mean, Stuntman was massive, and I could barely handle that. Like, I'm pretty sure Doors 5 was like at least like 4 times the size of mine.
I've been
Yeah.
wondering actually how you assemble all of those, because I remember the Meme Dream too.
Oh my god, the meme dream.
I remember the template you sent me it wasn't incomprehensible, but it was so confusing, and I know you somehow have made sense of it because you created that. How do you do
Yeah.
that?
Like just like what do you mean?
Like, that's just such a giant file. Like, do you assemble it in multiple files? Because I've never had Flash crash beyond the 3000 frame mark. And not crash.
Okay, so how Meme Dream 2 is compiled is for each room in each segment, like there was the spiral texture room, there was the dank memes room, the rage comics. Each room had its own file where everyone would animate their part, and then that file would get passed on to the next person in that room, and so on until we reached the end of that room. So we had like several rooms going at the same time.
Oh.
And then I would compile all the MP4s in post.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a thing with 3D animation though. We can't do like collapse like yours. Like for example, I was part of other Sandman collab, but the problem is like we can't like translate smoothly from one video to another if we're doing 3D, because we don't have like the same background, and if we do, the transition is too weird. Like maybe with some method we could, but otherwise.
I think you could have. I think it's. I don't think the media matters too much, especially with the collab like Stuntman, because any program or any media of animation was
well. Stuntman it worked well, but like I don't know other stuff.
Was that like the Dylan Goo version of the collab?
Yeah, I'm there.
That came out like the day that I announced mine.
Yeah, I was so pissed, honestly.
It was a terrible time, and the name too was completely just coincidence.
Yeah, and the sad part is that yours blew up so much, and ours did not. And I'm like kind of mad at that because so I was trying a new method of impact frames for the Dylan Goo Sandman collab. Like, so, okay, do you remember the impact frames we used? I used for your collab. The transformation at the start.
Honestly,
the transformation at the start. Okay.
I mean, I can look at it right now. Hang on.
Okay.
I got the files.
Oh god, this reminds me. I once hosted a collab that I never released because I was so embarrassed of it. But it has like good animate. It was back when I was awful. It has really good animators in it, like a couple, and it's never seen the light of day. Their parts, they never posted it.
Aw,
dude, you should look at my animations. Like when I started, that was bad.
Like,
actually, let me pull the one out right now.
You know Lucian?
Who?
On Dojo?
Lucian. It rings a bell.
He got banned for supposedly tracing one thing, but he's still a really good animator. He released something recently, I believe, or at least he teased something. Yeah, he moved off of stick figures for the most part, but he's now Luck HD. I forgot he changed his name.
Oh, I see. Sorry, I'm just now looking at the impact frame that he was talking about. I'm uploading the video in the VC, but it's taking a bit.
Something well.
Maybe I'll show it here on the podcast.
You're recording your screen?
No, I'll show an image of it.
Yeah. So, let me put the other. Okay, so bingo. Okay, so there are some impact frames at the start. Oh, by the way, shout out to Dalians, my boy, who made the sound for this. Hipog.
I'd actually want to give Luck HD a shout out because he's been teasing this thing he's been working on that looks amazing.
What is it?
It's on his. It's a plane outside my window. It's on his profile, like all his posts have been related to it. Dude, that's good. The impact.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, but he's been working on this. It's like a pseudo full body, glorified stick figure thing. He's been working on for I don't know how long. He just kind of came back with it, and it is so cool looking.
Oh, I see.
And I remember him because he was I was kind of a Shane Estwood figure for a while, actually. I wasn't viewed very favorably. Most people just messed with me because I was a kid and I was not at all mature. So, but he was one of the few people I remember who was just actually like chill and not, just shitting on me. And I remember he added a thing to like a collaboration I never released that was really good. And I felt bad. I remember feeling shameful that he spent time working on my collaboration. I was like, damn.
Okay, yeah. So when I feel even worse, so you see this other clip I sent in voice chat. So that actually didn't make it in the final version of the Dilonku Standard Club, and I spent so much time doing all those impact frames.
Did you?
So much time.
Oh god, dude.
Oh my god.
Is that? Where'd you get a 3D model of Hatena? It's missing the beard, like that.
Please let that be the thumbnail.
No,
I allow you
shit,
to
dude.
that be the thumbnail.
Oh no, yeah, I shaved it.
Oh.
Because I have a shitty fucking beard. It looks like garbage.
Okay, yeah.
Can
but,
confirm.
If you just get like the neck right, I could look good. You look kind of like, that YouTube channel How to Make Everything. You have the same beard as
Yeah. Just use flex tape. It won't fix it.
you had.
But dude, so basically what I do for my impact frames is I take there are two ways. I either take one of the frames of my animations and like edit it. That's what I did for Hatena's collab. I'll say those are some of my impact frames I've ever done. And the other thing that I do is just I put lights in Photoshop and do stuff.
Yeah. I've been thinking, because, it must be hard in 3D, because I mentioned that class I took. I worked a bit in 3D, and I know enough about it, but, yeah, that'd be hard to do in Engine, in the program, because it's a nightmare. You have to change the lighting, render effect. You could render it in 2 passes, I guess, but yeah.
Yeah, no, my first impact frames I did were actually in 3D. But they took even more, 3 impact frames took as much time as doing 9. It took 3 times more time than actually drawing them or editing them in Photoshop. For example, these ones are from Gohanverse episode 7. Wait, do I still have it? Crap, I don't have them.
I do think, the hand-drawing impact frames is probably the best. Because I never thought about it, but that's the thing with 2D versus 3D, It's 3D, you have a flat rate of you just set up a lot of stuff, but once you have it, it's a lot easier to make something long. But 2D, if you just need to create a new asset, you just draw it.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm kind of jealous about 2D guys because you guys can sketch stuff out of nowhere, really easily. I have to set everything up and doing a short animation for me takes me more time. Yeah, there are advantages and disadvantages for everything.
I don't know about, because that's the thing. I am a stickler in 2D, so I'm afraid to move into 3D because I know it's longer and I'd be even more. I remember there's this one animation from that 3D class that I spent 2 days on, and it's 2 seconds.
Yeah. So okay, I found. Let me get it. Here are some of the impact frames that are actually 3D. They look way more detailed, but they're also way more time expensive. Screenshotting them right now. And also you have less control in 3D over how they look.
Yeah. I've always wanted like a Flash, like a 3D animation program that's like a mix between kind of Flash style animation.
It's called Pivot.
Well, I mean, oh damn, that's nice. But like like specific frames, because 3D is all keyframes. It's like a giant motion tween.
Yeah.
I've always wanted the one where you can copy paste in a model and then just edit it and then put it in the next frame, and just each frame you just drag and drop stuff, because it'd be time consuming, but that's how I animate in 2D anyway. And I feel like
just copy paste stuff.
Yeah, I want distinct frames.
Oh yeah, so there's an animator called Waylon Sang. I don't know if you guys heard about him. It's he worked on the recent Jujutsu Kaisen episode. What he does, he hates still frames. Like I think that's one of the things. He basically never lets still frames be a thing. His work looks so weird and realistic and brutal because of that.
Yeah, I mean, I've been told that 3D probably would suit me better, because I'm very interested in the mathematics of stuff like that, where it's the math of motion instead of Hatana. I've seen you work, and you are very good at just straight ahead. You storyboard something, but you're very good at just drawing it and being fine with it. Mm-hmm. I can never I can't intuitively understand motion that easily, so I break it down into frame differences and I'm gonna to ease this, I'm gonna make him slowly. That's the stupid thing. I try to make every point on the figure, every corner, every noticeable point your brain would recognize, follow a perfectly smooth motion, no zigzagging. And if there's any of that, I need to get rid of it, which is why I just draw everything, and then I spend a week editing and using the selector to move stuff slightly.
Yeah, perfectionism is a bitch.
And that's one of the things that holds me back from doing full body stuff, that I just can't intuitively just do it. And full body, you can't just edit it like that, like it's a puppet.
Right.
I mean, I've seen some stuff where if you can do it in 3D, where you put a skeleton to the mesh, and you move the bones like that, I feel like you could do it in motion graphics.
Bone animation is easier to do in After Effects than things that I've tried to do bones. It's a weird thing to say. I've tried to do bones in Flash 30 times, and each time it's a 2-hour process that I give up on because it's so confusing. They don't make sense. They're all reverse kinetic. So it's not pivot where you move it and everything moves with it. And sometimes it's not, because you can accidentally click on the points and move. It's so confusing. Because I made a lot of props back in the day, and I always wanted to make one that's articulated. But yeah, no. It's...
So there are various ways to animate bones. Are we calling it doing bones now? There are various ways to do bones.
Hatana, if you ever are learning 3D and you stream it, please name the stream "Doing Bones."
Doing bones. All right, I'll keep that in mind.
Getting bones and putting it on a
learning about the bones.
I've thought about doing 3D animation, but mostly for mixed media, because I don't have too much of an interest myself for doing actual 3D animation, but I've always had a soft spot in my heart for the 3D background mixed with 2D animation.
Yeah. Dude.
So I'm making my next collab based around that. We're doing, I fuck it, I'll just say it. We're doing a World of Light collab, and Dapstart, I know you're kind of involved in that.
Who told you?
Yeah.
Can I?
Me and Sugar are hosting a World of Light collab, kind of like the intro to the world of light where everyone gets fucked.
Wait,
But we
shit,
want
I've seen that.
we want the
probably-
background to be kind of 3D because that would be cool as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he brought me on only because I told him that I knew what projection painting was, and that in theory you could just take the video and basically map it out and then put it onto a model, like, pixel for pixel looking the same. I never said I was good at it or knew how to do it coherently.
Yeah,
It was enough to convince me. I don't know. You know more than me.
I've had
Yeah,
issue
so-
when I talk about something. People think I'm an expert, like with a decent number of things. And I'm like, oh yeah, I've heard about it. I don't know all that much about it.
Welcome to all the life of every single 3D artist. You think you know, but honestly, you don't know. You don't know anything. Anyone does. I don't think anyone really knows what they're doing.
Do you ever get that where you feel like a fraud because like it feels like some points of animation feel so easy, and like someone pays you to do a logo, and you're like, what am I bringing to the table that they, in theory, they could have just drawn this, you know? I mean, maybe they don't know how, but you feel like you're charging for knowledge.
I mean, that's still something you've worked for.
Yeah.
Depends. Did you?
I feel like I need to like go through a grueling process though, like because I did a thing recently for a YouTube channel. I did their icon and like a banner, and it took me like a few days, but it wasn't that hard. And I remember like I was so happy, and I felt bad getting paid for it. It was like, I don't know. I feel like a scam artist sometimes. Do you ever get that? Because like art feels so.
Well, let's be honest. None of us ever get paid enough.
Oh man, no. It's either like someone offers nothing or they offer more than you feel like super comfortable accepting, but you still accept it because duh. But yeah.
No, but the worst thing is like you kinda know that if other artists is paying you to do it, but you know that they are artists, so like they won't have more money than that.
Yeah, but like for example, I'm just gonna say this. Maybe you've already in the future cut this from the podcast, but that simple logo work I did, it paid the exact same, if you remember, of the anime offer. I got anime money for that, supposedly.
Bruh.
Long-
Which was way more than a logo, but way less than a fucking 3-season anime.
I would ask how much, but
It's like 150.
God damn. All right.
damn.
I mean, we've already been going around for an hour. I mean, if you guys want to keep going, we can keep going, or if you guys are fine with wrapping it up right here.
Hang on. Are you trying to get out of talking about the last topic on the entire list?
He probably is.
Wait,
Little
no,
bit.
you can't do that. You
A
can't
little
just
bit.
do that. No. We're talking about it.
We've made Hatana uncomfortable, and now he wants to leave.
Yeah, no, we're gonna talk about this whether you're here or not for it, man. So
You can go do sit-ups all you want. You can't escape this.
exactly. All right, so Sheim Story 5. It's been an hour. Let's finally talk about the thing that just happened.
That everyone wants to talk about.
Yeah,
They will roast Catena so much.
this podcast was advertised in Sheim Story 5, so let's wait an hour to finally talk about it.
Oh man, I gotta like put on a reporter voice.
Why?
Why not?
How would you respond to the allegations about Sheim Story 5 being released soon?
What
What about the
allegations?
photos? Give me time to talk about the photos.
The evidence!
I'm so lost.
Where do you stand?
It was indeed released.
What is Sheim Story 6? Now, give it to us.
I mean, it's in the works.
Do you think
Okay,
this will
okay.
help further your career as Sheim?
As Sheim.
Okay, I have another question.
Character? I don't know.
I have another question. What do you think about the lewd segment animation?
Oh God, they're bringing no.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, no, I hate it. I hate that Robbie did it because now people are actually drawing porn of it.
Oh God, wait, they are. Wait, I'm
So
surprised.
the video itself was just one big teaser, but it was one hell of a fucking tease.
Dude, it was so. I don't know if I should talk about this because I usually don't have porn on my timeline. But I gotta say, it was so well done. I am ashamed that it was so well done.
It's too well done. I hate Robbie right now.
When you're losing,
It's because he's
like they used to before.
he's spawned an unholy like my Twitter feed that day was just filled with nothing but that.
Nothing but statement porn.
Nothing, not just Stickman porn, my Stickman in porn.
I think this officially makes you famous and a public figure.
I mean,
You should
dude,
be
I've already had
happy.
fan fictions of me.
You should try and get
Oh,
yourself
right.
in an article so you can
Oh
get
yeah, I
verified.
forgot. There are fan fictions
Please don't
about,
write more.
about you.
This implies that I wrote the last two, but okay.
Wait, you did?
Don't write any. Delete.
Okay.
Scream. God. Yeah, honestly, I feel like that is peak, like, art. Like, once you
Why?
get porn of your stuff, like, I think
I feel like
peak.
that's the first sign of a fandom.
Yeah.
Jesus. I don't want fandom anymore.
Sheim X Gabe Newell.
And that's the new one.
It's in development.
It's definitely not.
Hope it was worth the wait.
My favorite class is Sheim.
Oh my god.
Hatana, so let's kind of veer back into Shame Story 5 though.
Swerve into that.
Yeah, so I think I already know the answer to probably most of the things I'm going to ask you, but for just having the audience hear it, I'm going to ask anyway. What was the most challenging thing about Shame Story 5, and why did it take 2 years?
Breaking out of my comfort zone with angles.
Hmm.
Because I don't normally do a lot of cinematic shots, or sakuga, as you should call it.
Sakuga!
Sakuga.
Sakuga. It's really just cinematic shots to me. But I experimented with that a little bit in the previous ones, mostly Shame Story 4. But for the most part, it was just a basic 2D stick fight. But I wanted to try and... I got a lot of inspiration from Gilded Guy in this one. So I tried to replicate the angles to some extent. And I think it turned out okay. I don't think it's as good as people tell me it is, but that's just because I fucking imposter syndrome and I hate my creations.
We all do.
Yeah, that's a thing that happens.
I should have wrote this down as a topic. The hate of the animation. You know, like you start it, the first half you want to do it, and then the last half it's get the stupid thing done time.
Yeah.
So you hate it because you've seen it play a billion times in front of you. Oh god.
I don't think I think about it, but I definitely feel it. If that makes sense. Does that make sense?
No.
Just like me.
That doesn't make sense. Yeah, no.
It made sense to him.
Damn it! I guess this is my life now.
Rest in peace. Okay, so here's more question about Shame Story 5. You ready, Hitana?
Yeah,
Shut her
sure.
up.
You did a lot of really cool shots for this. What's your favorite one?
The window shatter. The window shatter screen where Tatiana tackles Sheim into the window.
What do you like so much about it?
The glass particles, that was really nice, but I also tried to I messed with tweens quite a bit in order to get it a good 3D look.
I'm gonna quote that.
I don't know. I think it turned out pretty good. Of course, it could have been better, but for what I was going for, I think I did pretty well.
Yeah, it looked pretty well.
Yeah, I liked it. It was I'm not gonna say it was my introduction to this, but I'm gonna stop speaking now.
Thank you.
Are you about to say some rude shit?
Do you want me to be honest with you, Athena?
Oh, it was good. I mean, I've honestly I followed more of your collabs than I've watched like all the collaborations that you've hosted, but I was not very I did not know Shane's weapon was a gunblade for a good while. So
Yeah, that isn't the original design was pretty shit.
I just
my
thought it
God,
was a
yeah.
gun. I'm not kidding. I just thought it was a gun. I didn't.
Yeah, no.
For the most part, it is just a gun.
And then at one point, 'cause
it's
he has
just-
he has it like on his back. I'm like, is it a sword? And I'm just stupid. I don't.
It's just low budget Ruby, and since Ruby's just like really low budget, what makes it?
Oh, it is.
I don't know.
I've
Hey,
never
is it?
watched Ruby.
I mean,
Man, I should make like a detail prop for you.
shit, wrong one. I mean, we basically we had gun blades all over Ruby, so
Yeah, no, I don't watch Ruby.
you don't watch anything, dude.
I don't even know those things.
You have to watch
Literally,
Ruby,
in the Imitator tribute, when who was it? Hydrios used a Ruby weapon. I didn't even realize it till people commented about it.
I didn't know what it was. What's it called? The Crescent Rose. It's like when Unseen had it in Weapon Master. I didn't know that's what it was, and everyone commented about it. Yeah, and I still didn't figure out what it was, actually. I just thought it was a thing people recognized from a super famous stick figure animation.
I mean,
I literally just thought it was just a random weapon, just a typical weapon you'd see a stick figure use. I didn't think it was anything special. And then I just see people timestamp Hydrios' part and be like, Ruby!
no, dude, we got everything. We got shotgun gauntlets. We got shotgun boots, shotguns. Guns.
Oh, wait. I had a character with a shotgun gauntlet. That was supposed to be my first RHG, but then I stopped working on it because I'm lazy. This is like just as duels became a thing. Oh, I'm old. I'm old. Anyway, back to Sheim.
Oh, no.
Shame or shame? I just
Both.
realized it.
Do you feel shameful about what you've done?
I don't know.
That's good. That's a healthy reaction.
Yes.
What?
Anyway.
Do you want more questions about Shame Story 5? I got more.
Oh yeah, we should read the comments,
do.
see if anyone has questions on the
Yeah, that
actual
would be a
video.
good idea.
I think it's just mostly compliments.
Yeah, it's a
And-
lot of people just sort of congratulating him for getting it out and whatnot.
Hmm.
Yeah, 'cause it
After
took 2 years to
35
finish.
years.
Way too long.
Yeah.
We'll find something.
So it's about the plot.
What
What was the process of
Why?
brainstorming it?
Should you?
Most of my plots and ideas just come from me finding a song I like and then just daydreaming an action sequence to it. And then I'll string together a story through the middle of it or
How
around
much
it.
change did the story go through over the course of 2 years?
Not a lot. I mean, the ending kind of changed a little bit, but that's just because I didn't plan that far ahead at the time. Because I wanted to leave some sense of because okay, when you're animating and you get an entire storyboard done, all of a sudden you have no more ideas to produce and you just have to execute it. So I try to leave a little bit of empty space somewhere in the animation, particularly the end, so I have a like new animation to look forward to. So it's not just finishing the animation at that point.
Yeah. That's fair.
Yeah, there was never like writing I did try something weird. Um, I took my whiteboard and I started putting sticky notes on it, and on each sticky note I would write the next shot, or I would draw the next shot, kind of like an actual cartoon, like the regular show or Gumball, where they'd have this wall and they'd jot down notes and images of the story.
Wow.
And I think it helped to some extent, but once I got the storyboard in Flash, I didn't really use it. But I don't think it would have really changed if I didn't use the sticky notes. But it was kind of cool to try.
I think the sticky notes might help for more collaborative storyboarding. You know?
Yeah. When you need to convey your idea to a group of people, to like a team.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
sort of
for
need to
example-
mesh it together somewhere.
Yeah.
For example,
Mhm.
I have questions for you. How often do you guys like work collaboratively?
In the dojo,
Yeah.
that's, I don't know, pretty often. It's mostly on the website or just on the Discord, and people will invite people. But I don't know. There's some high moments and some low moments of activity.
Honestly, sorry,
Like,
are you still going?
I mean, I don't really know where I'm going. It's just, it's I don't know. It's active. We collaborate a lot. It's kind of ingrained in the community.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you know what we do in the studio? We use Discord to like coordinate everything, and it works surprisingly well if you want to do like collaborations and stuff.
I mean, it's also because everyone's always on Discord. So if you want to get a hold of someone, and you can ping them in this server, like, "Hey, where's your part?" I remember for
Basically.
Dream Dream 2, Hatena had like a percentage bar of emojis he would like update, which was actually genius. Because
Yeah, I started. I think Level Up is when I started doing that, and I just really liked that idea because it gave people a reason to come back to the forum page and look forward to the full release. Then they could see like, oh, who else is left? Oh, how much more percentage is left until the full release? It kind of made it a little more fun, and I've been doing it ever since.
Yeah.
I have to say,
And you also
do
can
have a
like
talent for
send
the-
files and stuff. So
I think Atena's really good at organizing stuff, and like I've been in a few collabs, but you were by far the best organizer I've ever like seen. To be fair, I was not in any of the Doors collabs, so but still,
I mean, that still means a lot to hear.
yeah.
Thank you.
yeah, I've only been in 2 collabs, but I guess yours was better because it kind of worked for me. No shame, Pluto. No shame.
So was that question to everybody about just how much work you think of this collaboration, or is this only for Atena? Right.
Cool. All right.
No,
No response.
No response.
the king is dead. Long live the king. Okay. I mean, I guess I'll answer it too. I don't really do that much work, but yeah, lately, especially at least stuff that has been commissions, because I don't release commissions publicly. Most of the stuff I've done collaborations, and this is a very selfish thing to say. I think you've noticed I talk about myself a lot. One of the main motivating things for me in animation is sharing it with people and seeing how people react, even if it's negative. I like knowing that it's out there and also like seen. And so collabs are a good way for me to justify in my brain to make stuff. So a lot of my recent, like, just not for money, just public stuff I've made has pretty much been collabs, which has not been that much stuff, but I've been busy. But it's a good way for me to, like, I don't know, mentally justify what I'm doing. Because, you know, if you're making something and you don't think anyone's going to see it,
Yeah, it's
Well,
pretty tough.
yeah, but
get you
knowing it's
completely.
attached to a collaboration helps. Like, mentally, it helps me complete it.
Mm-hmm. I guess another outlet for that though would be Twitter nowadays, because there's been a lot of animators on Twitter who just they post a lot of very quick and short animations and get a lot of clout for it.
I mean, I'm not active on Twitter.
Man, I wish I had cloud.
Dude, you know Awez, Awesome Tube Man?
Oz.
He's super chill. I think he's a good example of, like, a lot of people moved from forums to Twitter because there's nowhere else now that's really active. He's mostly, like, on Twitter. So, yeah. Which is weird because
Have you seen Telly?
Huh?
Have you seen Telepert on Twitter?
I don't follow him, actually. Let me find him.
He's got a huge Twitter following.
Okay.
That's who I thought of first.
Actually, Sheim.
Yeah,
Sheim is a
he's
really
kind of
good
the big
animator
one.
too.
I don't talk all that much with him. So...
I mean, that's fine. If you get the chance to talk to him, though, you should. He's a really chill dude.
Yeah, no. I mean, I'm not
His
that
voice is so
active on
calming.
Discord, so...
He's been animating. He's been making animations every day for an entire year.
I did not know that
And he
about
started
him.
in January of this year. So when New Year's hits, I think that's going to be his last one.
Yeah. Yeah, you said you wanted to do a podcast with him about that, right?
Yeah, I want to get him on an episode, just to talk about the experience and also to explain some things, because there's a couple things that happened that I had.
Oh my god, no, we're not talking about that again.
Oh no.
Oh, we will when the time comes.
No,
Bury
God.
that like 20 feet under the ground and never speak of it again.
No, we're gonna bring it
Tie
back.
cinder blocks to its feet and throw it in the river.
There we go.
No,
That's an idea I can get behind.
The one I can't get behind is... oh my god, it's the gender bend. So,
All right. Well, I think that's a good place to wrap up the podcast.
Okay, yeah.
yeah, we're not talking about...
Yeah. Before you ask another
We
question.
just cut.
Oh yeah, you want more
I
questions
don't know,
about Shame Story 5?
Did you? Okay, one more.
I'm just kidding.
Why did they not make out?
Okay. Anyways, thank you all for dropping by. Sorry I've been inactive as hell on getting this podcast together. But if there's anyone that you guys want to see in this podcast, let me know in the comments. I'll try and get them. I got a few people in mind. I think I'm going to try and get Alan Becker in here,
Oh man.
which shouldn't be too hard because I know several people who work for him.
Don't say that. Because if you're wrong, people are now gonna they're gonna quote you on that.
Where's back?
Well, I'm just saying, I've heard he's a really chill guy. I've heard chances are pretty good.
I mean, you got Stone, so yeah, it's
And I got
it's
Stone.
doable.
Oxa, I don't know. I've gotten a surprising amount of incredibly talented people from my expectations. I didn't expect this podcast to really get too far, but
My man's got Hyun before 1,000 subscribers.
Dude,
well, me and Hyun are chill. That wasn't too surprising. He agrees to a lot of dumb shit.
I mean, honestly, I'm happy that this has been even more, not saying it's not been successful, it's been even, like, successful at all. I'm happy we're still doing this. Well, that you're still doing this. I'm happy for you having me on.
Same.
Yeah, no, thank you guys for joining. Yeah, I think Dapstart and Magnus, this is your guys' first episode.
Yeah,
I
they
believe
want me
so.
back again? I
And
can be really annoying
hopefully
if
not
you
your
want.
last.
I can be more annoying if you want. Next time.
You can count in the
Maybe.
Just have, like, a counter for how many times I interrupt someone.
I knew it.
All right, do you guys have anything you want to shout out before we end this? I almost said stream the
Yeah.
podcast.
Septagon, if you somehow see this, you better release that goddamn thing with Bob in it. You know what I'm talking about. You say it's dead. I will come to your house and beat you up if you don't release it. Anyway.
Cool. How about you, Magnus?
I have three things to say. One, go watch the Tomodachi on the YouTube channel and our studios because that way I get paid more. And two, follow me on Twitter, Magnus Artifex. 3, fuck you, Hatena.
Hell yeah. I knew it was coming.
Yeah. And thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem. Pie Man?
Oh, hey, what's up?
We're asleep.
You ready to start the podcast?
You got anything you want to shout out?
Oh, we're doing the ending first. Okay, all right. You can sub to my channel at PieMan12 Official. I do video game stuff there a lot, most of the time. And you can also check out my my second channel, which is Yu Ishizaki Animations. I think you guys will really enjoy both of them, so make sure to smash sub on both of them and hang out. I don't know, yeah.
Yeah, people are going to think that's your actual channel. All right, see you.
It is. It's my alt.
See you. Fuck you. Got
Nice.
that.
On this day.
Nice. Everyone, yeah.
Love.